Hey everybody, we are here with Shrimple, and I think Gensos is also in this game, so there's that. And we're doing a coaching session, Silver 3 Pyke support. Game has just begun, and here we go.
2 for a loss. Got it.
Yeah. It's destiny. I made some questionable decisions last time.
Don't we always?
Gensos and making
All right, I guess
questionable
we're going.
decisions. May name a more iconic duo. Up, get 'em.
Well, Tristana, you can take your W first. That'll work.
Okay, that was fine.
Well, I got 400 gold. I'm gonna go get some boots. I expected a flash there, which is why I ignited. I'm surprised that gives 400 gold.
I'm not too much worried about it. The only thing I will tell you is the ignite.
Should I buy boots or should I buy no boots? I don't want to get hit by Leona E.
Okay. The only thing I will tell you there is that the ignite only does like 70 total damage.
I should probably already know this.
So
Probably
if you here, I'm gonna mute this so that way I don't get game audio in it. So the ignite only does like 70 total damage. So it's great if you know that they're going to die such that your ignite will stop you from burning a flash to chase, right? But there's actually bigger value in your ignite in the first 2 levels stopping a heal than there is in the damage that it will do. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because probably has grievous wounds 40%.
Right. And there, if she was going to flash the wall, she would have flashed the wall and healed, more than likely. So the ignite probably wasn't going to secure you the kill anyway. The ignite may have forced the heal, but she would have likely done that in the first place. Okay. Good job. You've hit 2. What? Oh, no. No. Backing it up. All right. So, you know you're going to hit 2 off of this wave. Here they come. These 3 minions die. You've got 2 stacks. Bonk. Bonk. Now, I know the killer instinct always says go for the ADC, right?
Yeah, you told me hit them because they usually come into lane with 1 pot instead of they have less sustain.
Okay, cool. But this isn't sustain doesn't matter here. You're in an all in. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna walk away from this thing dead, and somebody's not gonna walk away. Right? You're either gonna burn summoners or somebody's gonna die. She still has her summoners. Right? Leona is squishy as dicks until level 3. Right? So you need not fear the Leona hit points, because really statistically these two are about the same. Okay? So whenever this happens and you get your stun off here, she is now the target. She is not. Because even if you Q and she gets deposited right here, which is what would happen, right? She flashes back to right here and is within tower range. She is the furthest back. She's already escaped. She's stunned. He's going to stun her again. If you were charging it right here and you walked like this, right? If you had walked like this, she gets stunned again. You get more time to walk. You pull her back. She's here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're talking about moving the Tristana back or moving to pull
No.
Leona?
Okay, so when you started your X, or your Q, you were standing here.
Yes.
And then you moved right to here, where you are now.
Okay.
You moved this far, right? Now, if I take the fact that you should have instantly recognized that Leona is now your target of opportunity, and I take that and I move it from here to here. Same distance, right?
Mhm.
You're now standing right there. Now, Jinsos is about to throw an E and double the stun, which gives you another time period to move like this before you have to throw your Q, right? She's still stuck here. And then whenever you throw that Q, you'll pull her back to here.
Behind me, probably.
Right. Now, even if she flashes, the furthest distance she's going to get out is here. After flash. Is she dead? You betcha.
Most likely.
Yeah, she's most likely dead. So she's your target of opportunity. She's already out. Because like I said, even if you pull her, you're going to pull her, whoop, you're going to pull her back to here, and then she's going to go back out. See, like, she almost died anyway. And you died. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oof. That sucks.
So, I mean, like I said, right here, if she is dead, right, then this whole thing goes tremendously differently. Because she's going to be hit. He's going to throw down a turret. You're going to pull her back. She's going to run past the turret. She's probably dead. And then she probably doesn't have gas in the tank to 1v2 you guys. And the Leona is not turning on you for the kill here. See, because you recognized it, but then you walked into melee range. She's still got her stun Q. And you're tanking minions while this is going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that minion right there is the one that's level 2.
Equal to 1 auto attack to 3, right? 3 mage minions is equal to 1 auto.
It's about that, yeah. So you're taking heat right here and from her. And, you know, that's how you guys are managing the. And by the way, right here, you should realize that you are dead unless you get out of vision. So instead of, like, you just got to get to this bush because you're not going to be able to get to here running. And she clearly has vision of you because you got eyes.
Ignite, yeah.
So you're just a little slow.
And I doubled back on accident.
Yeah. So that's where that happened. That was just a good idea. You picked the wrong target. Like your target of opportunity changed, and you didn't realize it. Now, if you had stunned Trist, I would have a very different opinion. Why?
Because if she was stunned, Gensos would have rotated on top of Trist instead. I would have thrown her back. He probably would have stunned her behind me. That gives me time for at least 1, maybe 2 autos. Gensos gets autos, maybe throws a turret down at Trist.
Okay.
Which then puts the
So
ADC behind.
let me go even one further. Leona is here. Leona is level 1. Trist is down here. Trist is level 1. Trist doesn't have jump. Leona doesn't have E. Can she do anything if you go all in on Trist?
No, she's too far away.
Right. So you have a 1v2 for as long as it takes her to walk all the way over here and disrupt it. So if you'd hit the stun, you're good. You didn't hit the stun, though. So you change your target of opportunity. Well, you hit your stun, you just hit it here. You see what I'm saying? So then you go, oh, plan changed, audible, we're pulling her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you're looking at the other lanes. That's cool. Looking at Leona taking out your ward. Okay. Okay, so this is a very small thing that I probably would have been guilty of too, right? So like when Jinsos comes back, he doesn't have any ability to CS with Heimerdinger under tower because he's got no AD, right? You have one orb left. Let him try to get this minion and then use your orb to give him one of these that he's not going to be able to CS. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Because like this minion in particular is at a
When I
health.
used,
Yeah,
he
is at.
probably with an
He's
auto.
never going to be able to CS this minion because it's below the fatal point for a tower shot, right? And yeah, that's only going to get worse. So this is one you need to take out because yes, you'll get a few less gold from it being a caster, but you're giving him more gold that he would not have gotten otherwise. You're converting lost gold, and that's more important than maxing out value. Okay? And see like here, and this'll beware this tilt silver ADCs because they're dumb, right? But he's not. This is going to die. This is going to die to tower. He needs to auto it so it doesn't die to tower. This will die while he's autoing this. You need to recognize this and kill this yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because watch. Bonk, and then there's the auto attacks that are coming through. And okay, I was actually wrong. It didn't die. But then this one needs your help. Because it's taking tower. So you need to auto this to make it CSable for him. It's called priming.
Prime.
And that one also needed to be primed. And now he's got his towers down, so it's all crapshoot at this point. But you can increase your... I mean, here's the thing. Even if you increase your ADC's CS by 6 by priming, that's an entire wave. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you think of it that way, you're like, well, damn, I just gave him an entire wave. I'm a badass. Okay, so one thing I will tell you is you cannot play this matchup as aggressively as you like unless you are setting it up in all of those turrets. Like, for you to be able to make an aggressive play, you've got to put them in the Cobra Triangle right here. Because this lane is greater than you. Does that make sense?
It's where all of his ability,
What?
effectively, it's where Heimerdinger's ability damages. Other people have, like Caitlyn has a Q. Those turrets are his Q damage.
Yeah,
you
but
have
I
to
mean,
fight.
the catch is it's even more because like he has no damage. Like ADCs normally have auto damage, so it's like I'm gonna auto you 3 or 4 times. Okay, that adds up into 4 times X damage, blah 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 blah, and it is a bunch. With Heimer, okay, so unless I pull you into this pile and I make my towers aggro on you and I throw out my abilities, I'm not going to do any damage. My auto attacks don't do shit. So, like, you can't count on normal conventional follow up. And between these two, they can burst murder anybody that she hits. She just jumps on them after she hits it and then just shoots them until they die. They should be playing this well more aggressively than they are. Trish should be shooting these. She should just go in the second these are down. Like, just all in you guys immediately. There's not a lot you could do about it. To be honest, I think they just win that engagement. As long as she's not incredibly stupid. Like if she goes all in and then she jumps, and then you E across and stun them both. Then Heimer comes out and E's, then he throws on a Q, and then he W's and runs, right? I don't see how they lose this. Does that make sense? So it's like you got to understand how the flow of an engagement's going to look in this weird ass lane you guys have got. And so there's a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of poking, a lot of whatever. And then he's got to just ride his turrets. He needs to hold on to that bomb. He's totally vulnerable right now. Think about his bomb like you would think about a set of Jinx traps. Right? It's your oh shit button.
Or your app.
Yeah, and see, this is okay. So right there, you have one of two things. You either go in hard on the Trist, or you stun the Leona to keep her off of Heimer, right? And the reason you would stun is if Trist was going to follow up on that. Then you would stun them both, right?
Yeah. I think what I was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Throw the Leona, because you see me whip it around to pull Leona away. And if Trist engages, I was going to use the stun for a getaway, but she didn't end up going for it.
Okay.
That was what I was thinking.
So let me ask you this. What do you lose then? If you were like right there to start, I think, right? If you walk over to here, yeah, what do you lose then if you walk over here and you just start auto attacking the shit out of her?
Leona?
Yeah.
I guess nothing. I guess I'm more worried about Heimer dying.
Is Heimer going to die if Trist doesn't follow up?
Shouldn't. Because a lot of Leona's damage.
And you've got these guys right here just blasting away. So what I would have done there is I would have walked out and just auto all the way back. And then if she's low enough, you throw a hook in her back and rip her back and stun her. And then you finish her. If Trist follows in, you stun her. And then you rip Trist away. You know, but right now, she is in the absolute fucking danger zone because her ADC did not follow up. So this is where you punish. Does that make that kind of illuminate what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because like you can hold on to those abilities, and it's probably a good idea to. Because you can see how it turns. And if you're gonna end up getting a kill on Leona, you go get a kill on Leona. Hard engage this. W. Okay, so for the record, I would have played that a little bit different. You did fine, right? Yeah, obviously you got the kill, but
the reason why I didn't W to begin with is I didn't want to scare them off because we've been playing so passive, and I knew that I had put a pink ward in that bush earlier, I didn't see Leona replace it.
The second you spontaneously move from here to here, I'm on alarm. I know I'm getting ganked. The second Jinsos moves from here to here, I know I'm getting ganked. Because you have no reason to move that far forward at all, right? You just don't. Now, Leona's going to go in on you. That is dumb. She should not have done that. What should she have done instead?
Probably kept running with the Trist and peeled for.
Okay, so that is an option. You can run together. But you want to kind of kite backwards as you run, but she can't kite. So she's kind of playing this kind of odd interception game, right? What she should do is she should do one of two things. She should wait for the gank And then as the gank comes in, E, stun, and then run out this way. Right? That
You
gets
mean
her out.
let
Huh?
let Triss jump away and then her E onto the
Yeah.
get on the other side of her, stun her, and then hope she can run to safety.
Yeah. And W up and try to just tank out the damage as she makes this corner and gets back to tower. The reason why I say that is twofold. One, you stop the third damage third damage source from coming in. Two, she's self-sustaining. She can get herself out. She's got an escape, right? Three, you're moving and closing a gap away from Pyke, who's the one that's going to catch you. So you want to be away from this sumbitch and closer to your escape. Well, this is your best escape. 4, you're spreading out your point and the ADC's point of escape, where they have to commit to one of the two of you. And in making this decision, you give them the opportunity to screw up. Because it's like, okay, maybe this guy decides to chase the Trist, and this guy decides to chase the Leona, and neither of you succeed because you didn't decide the same thing at the same time. I'm playing from Leona's perspective. I know it's not you, but you can learn something that way, right?
She's one of champions I play as well.
Okay, so she goes in. Right here, if I'm you, I'm going to E this way. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it's going to force the jump out of Trist. Does that make you following me so far?
Yes.
Then after I force the jump out of Trist, I'm immediately going to turn around. Why?
Kill the Leona. Because Trist is no longer a
Yeah.
threat. She would have to flash to get close enough to do damage before the three of us could kill her.
Correct.
Or at least to where she wouldn't want to be close enough, because by the time she would be able to get back, Leona's going to be like a quarter health or dead.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, if she jumps out, Leona's dead. Like Leona's probably dead here anyway. But the question is, can you get something back? Right? So can Trist get anything back? Like maybe if Leona stuns and Trish shoots and unloads on you or unloads on Gensos. If she had gone on Gensos, that would have been better because you have escape moves, right? But if she unloads on Gensos, she gets a jump reset from killing him. So she can jump out afterward. You see what I'm saying? So like by Eing out, you force her to leave. If you force her to leave, then the next thing you have to be concerned about is Leona using you as a springboard to escape. If you E out, she's going to be stunned. She can't E you because she E'd you to go in, right? So you're just going to walk back here and start auto, cue her to slow her, or cue her to rip her backwards this way, but she's fucking dead. And if you can isolate her, then she's dead without any kind of fight back. Because you're forcing her out. Granted, she's going to do that on her own because she's not a good player. And then Leona just dies unceremoniously. But that could have been done cleaner, is my point. Right? Oh. Okay. So, real quick, look where the Trist is. She's moving way up forward. He doesn't really need you right now. This is fine. This is the safer play. But Trist has no jump. It's got a long cooldown. You could just actually go back and re-gank Trist and kill her right now. But this is probably the safer and better play. I just wanted to point that out.
I already know a key mistake I made here, though.
Oh, unfortunate.
It's not unfortunate. It was avoidable.
Oh, sure. You could have warded on the backside of the pit
That's exactly
instead
what
of
I was
right
saying.
there.
My fuck up was.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, it was. But additionally, you could have taken one Heimer turret and put it right there, and that would have given you vision over all this. Right? Unfortunate that
Yeah.
Olaf was able to get the dragon, is what I'm saying. Because the smite was missed. Because, like, right there, you had one more auto and then smite. Right there, you're in a smite fight. You should have just, not you, the kindred should have just bursted the dragon one more time and then smited. She just lost the smite fight. That shit happens, I guess. What are you buying? Good choice. Also a good choice. Took a little while for you to do that, but I don't mind because you actually waited for the pink. Where are you going to use it?
Don't remember. I think I hold on to it.
So remember what I said about helping him CS under tower with those bubbles? Heimerdinger sucks ass at that, so hold on to those bubbles. Don't just play for maximum gold. You need to share maximum gold. Okay. I feel like you fucked up here with this roam. Why?
The only thing I can think of is as soon as she started running back, I should have realized it was warded and gone in on her immediately.
Look at your camera.
Other than that,
Do you ever okay, so there's a fight right here, right? That caused Quinn and Kindred to limp out. At no point do you rotate your camera up and look at Akali's health. You have no idea what you're ganking. And you're ganking without ult and to a question mark character. Granted, you'll have yours. But yeah, she's clearly seen you. Okay. How you can do this gank a little better. So I would be standing right here. And then once Quinn hits about there, well, once Quinn hits about right here, then cross this line. Like this is like I'm going in because this is going to give you move speed. And then you you can W with that too. And you can close this gap faster than she retreats. Or conversely, you can just run with this and wait till you get to like inevitability range, like here, and then W, because it gives them that whoosh sound effect and alert, right?
only when I'm close though.
Well, it's
and
your
I'm nowhere near
closest.
close
It
enough.
was your closest target, and
Oh,
she probably
I thought
is.
it was. I thought it was just if you were within a certain.
No, it marks you with like a shark fin if you're the closest target. It's like Ringar ult and shit. Because like I've been miles away from Pyke and gotten that. But regardless, so you're gonna haul ass in, and you need to time it a little better with Quinn's entry. And if you had done that, like right here, like here's the thing: she's backing off. She wouldn't back off unless she already knew you were coming. So now you have to do something. And so like you running from here to here gives her from here to there more distance to escape. Because if I take this and I go like that, you're right there. And unless she's going to 100 to 0 you, then there's actually, you are right there. That's a better depiction. Anyway, unless she's going to 100 to 0 you, then this is good. Because here's your Pyke. Like, you can E across her, rip her backwards, whatever, go invisible. You've still set her up for the Quinn. And if you ever get in real danger, you can use your W and just skadoosh out of there. Right? So unless she 100 to 0s you, you're fine. You're buying time for Quinn. Okay?
Okay.
Fucking hate that shroud.
I guess I shouldn't have pinged the enemy as a vision there. It could have been earlier
Could have
in
been
the
earlier.
movement, but
That's a pretty good chance. I don't mind that ping at all. That's a good. I think that's a good ping. You don't know for sure, but if you don't know for sure, treat it like they do have vision, so that's fine. You know what I mean? All right, go get your bag of money. Good. I would have queued the ADC there, or like charged up a Q and made her react. Because like once the minion goes down, she's just awkwardly standing out there. And if you hit her, awesome. And if you don't, also fine. Because you're pulling her into the turrets. Do you see the spot I'm talking about?
yeah.
It's like right. Like, watch this.
As soon as I killed it, I
Right
started
here.
charging.
Yeah, right here I'm charging my Q. Because that's going to make her go like this. And you might be able to squeak that past if you walk this way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And if you hit her, great, you do some damage and you pull her into the turrets, and she's going to have to jump out. Or even if Leona goes on you, you can still E out and you're freezing somebody in the turret field. That's fine. And you may get her jump, which is a huge thing because that opens up the door for you to actually make a play on her. Okay. This is a bad spot for you right now. Why?
The only thing I could think is Leona can E into me and still make it to me, but I can just E right out.
Okay. Let me just look at it from this point of view. What do you attempt to accomplish from right here?
Well, I was hoping to go and get vision in the bush on the bottom bush,
This bush?
but the bottom of the 3 bushes. Not the one I'm in now, the one across.
This
But
one.
she
Right here.
started to move.
Yeah?
Yes. She
Okay.
started to move, and I hesitated, and so I backed back off.
Okay. Well, it looked to me like what you were trying to do is to create a weird vision play where you create an engagement from here by like hooking somebody and then Eing over and stunning them right here or something like that, which doesn't work for two reasons. One, your engage won't work on Trist. She can jump out of it. Two, you are leaving Trist and Leona, and your
Alone with
ADC
Jinzo.
is this far away. You can't help if they dogpile him. And if they dogpile him, he might die before he can even get his turret up, his big turret. So that's super dangerous. Because remember, you may not be able to do anything on these two in this lane, but your job is to prevent them from doing something to him. And if you're over here, that's a position to make sneaky plays from. That's not a position to protect your ADC from, and that's not your goal right now. Because that's not how the matchup's going to go. Okay, you have ult. Oh, bad. Oh, bad, 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 bad. There it is. Oh, no! Heel baited. Oh, my God, no. Okay, so I'm going to break down that fight. So, when she does that, and she misses, and she still walks in, you're getting ganked. Either that or she's going to force the forciest engage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. If she's going to do that, like your job is to disrupt Trist. You played this as risky as humanly possible by doing this. Because all she has to do is jump in when she flashed. She was slow. And because she was slow, your stun kinda worked. Because you should have whiffed this. She should have flashed in. She should have immediately jumped while the flash was going down. You would have missed all this. And even though you still hit her, she still lands the jump. So your stun wears off now. You stunned her for that long, even though you hit her. Jinso's flashing back into the madness is actually the best play so far. Because if that hit, he's erased and you're erased. It's over. Right?
And big turrets down.
Yeah, and Big Turd's down and he flashed, so that's good. But like your disruption of her is you've missed it. You didn't disrupt her hardly at all because she jumped before you got the stun off. Like what you want to do is jump, or you want to stun her as she jumps. So like if I'm doing this again, right here, I'm not Eing here, I'm Eing here. And I'm Eing when I see this animation go off, not before. Okay? Because imagine how this fight would have gone when this happens. Leona's on me. I'm jumping on. Stun. Heimerdinger stun. Big turret down. And they're both standing in the stun. This fight is over. See, because she would have been stunned now. Right? So she's not doing any damage to Heimer right now. And none of that happens. And this turret's shooting him. And then Heimer's stuck him there. Boom, boom. Stun breaks, but they're already dead. Man, you got so close. That's really unlucky.
It wasn't unlucky. They played it well.
Oh, no. I mean, you're
They got
unlucky
heel
that the
baited every
heal
once in a
came.
while.
Here's what I mean. It's unlucky in that Watch the hit point bar. Okay, so there's your deal. And I need to slow this down like friggin' nothing. Okay, so watch the hit point bar. That wasn't even heal. That was just her auto attack healing her for the brief second that your shit hit to put her back over the limit. Did you see?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's unlucky. Like, that's the kind of moment where you go, "What?"
I
He's like,
could have sworn it was healed.
watch the hit point and yeah, her kill on Heimerdinger gave her a triumph stack.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
And that's why I'm saying that's unlucky. Because that all happened within 0 seconds. By the way, flash here and auto attack her because she's dead.
Watch.
Nope, that's not what I mean. Yeah, you could not have done this any cleaner. That sucks. What I'm saying is flash right now from here to here and auto attack.
As soon as I see the jump.
Yep. Because you know she's going to land here. But you can flash from here to there and auto attack and she's dead. You walk from here to there and then flash to here. You don't have to do that. You're in range right now. You could flash and auto attack her before she even lands. And she's dead.
Some hard brain lag.
So she got off that auto and that auto, but this would not have mattered. Because she would have died. She healed a little bit. So that's just brutal. That is, I mean, that is exactly the kind of fight that is, you are a millisecond from that being the exact opposite. So, holy shit, that was close. I don't blame you at all. That's rough. And keep in mind, I am nitpicking you right now. Okay? Like, this is a hard, we are picking the shit out some nits. And right here, yeah, you should be hard engaging this. Oh no.
Yep.
No. Okay. You went in too early.
I just wanted to stop the back because I said,
Watch.
I don't know if you can hear the audio, but I said Trist has no mana.
Yeah, Trist has no mana. She has no flash. And you never. Okay, so watch. You're going in. That's a step too early. If you do it from here, you end up here. She gets stunned, and then you can leave her for Heimerdinger to kill. And then you can just trace this one with your Q. Or you can just kill her. You can just auto attack Q and then she's probably dead. And then you can get Trist if you can. But when Olaf shows up, you can just back out. And he should have killed Leona. He should have targeted Leona there. Remember, target of opportunity first, guys. You can't do anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was all around. Yeah, you again, remember when I said earlier that like one person runs this way and one person runs that way, and then these people each have to make a decision. And if they don't pick the same thing, it's fucked.
Split damage doesn't do anything.
Right. And so that's what this is the story of right here is split damage giving up a double kill.
I guess it was probably my fault because I did make the call. I said Trist has no mana, and then I, in my head, thought stop Leona's back. That's an easy kill, right?
Yeah, you
And
should have
I
just.
didn't.
Here's what I would have done. I would have E'd from right here, ended right here. Made sure I got the stun off before I did anything else. That's a mechanical fail, right? So whatever, just practice. Then after I got the stun off, I either would have finished her. If Heimerdinger wasn't in range to do so, I would have finished her myself. And then after I did that, I would have pursued to see if I could get the tryst. When Olaf showed up, I would have immediately doubled back out. But she would be dead. And then Heimer should have just walked it backwards. Well, at least you got one. And Leona should not have gone back in there. Heimerdinger is not needed to be CC'd there to die. You've got Olaf behind him. You've got Triss capable. You're fine. Just Triss can shoot him to death. He doesn't have any abilities left. Okay. Now at this point in the game, you're not needed here. What should you do?
Probably go top.
Okay. First things
At a
first.
top, it's like 4 minutes in the game.
Okay, top could probably use some help. It's a team owned Genesis. That's a horrible matchup, whatever. But first
And
things
that's just
first,
been
you have a
once.
dragon on the board. Let's say you didn't have a dragon on the board. What are you going to do?
In a normal game, probably rotate mid.
Okay.
I'd probably ward the bush I'm in now and rotate mid. That way, if he wants to freeze it right there and farm it up, he can do so safely.
Can he do so safely right now?
Not if there's an Olaf running around, but
Right.
I mean, I would think that Olaf just used his ultimate. I mean, I actually don't know the cooldown on Olaf. I've never played him.
You have two wards that you need to place down for him to be able to safely CS. One of them needs to be over here somewhere, right? So he doesn't get bushwhacked. And the other one right now needs to be whoop, went off the wrong monitor. Needs to be over here and even more that way so you can see if they're taking dragon. They were too weak probably to take dragon after that fight. Because there was only two of them left, and they didn't have great looking health bars. But maybe they are taking dragon. But even if they are, you're gonna have your E up in 3 seconds, and you still have W, so you can get out, right? This is go this way, put down a ward here, give him so that if you put down a ward, okay. Look at the mini map real quick. I'm gonna move your camera once your box moves out of the way. Here, I'm gonna fast forward. Damn it, it's always right there in the middle. Okay. You are always, the camera is always where I want it to be, and it's frustrating because that's good camera placement. Okay, right now. Stop. Perfect. Okay, you see the mini. God damn it. Perfect. This is what I want. Okay. If you place a ward right there, you have blocked off their ability to enter into this side of the map with one ward. Okay? However, they could still get into this side of the map this way, right? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay. So if you ward dragon and you ward like right there, that will give him an early warning system so he can safely CS anything within a run radius of this far. Right? So let's say he's right here and he sees Olaf right here. Olaf's going to go like this, and he has to be able to book it to right there before he's safe. Right? Given that Olaf has a speed boost, that's probably not possible. So he, even if you ward these two spots, he cannot safely CS past like right there. Or right there. Right? That's the furthest the wave can go up with him safely CSing. If you don't ward, anything past right here is unsafe. And even then, this is a little unsafe because somebody could theoretically just wrap through here and kill him. But he's Heimer. They probably won't. But if they do, he's fucked because he's a weak Heimer right now. Because he's been killed a few times. Right? So you need to give him that cushion by saying, I'm going to plant here and here. That gives you this whole, like, you know that there, if you're watching the map, you know the jungle is safe. So you can CS up to the maximum amount of your vision, which is right here. So he needs to freeze this. Heimer is not great at freezing, but he can do it. Just save, don't put down your turrets. CS with only your wrench. Fine. But you get, and then you roam. Then you go top. Then you go mid. Then you go with the jungler to counter invade or do other crazy, cheeky little plays. Because you don't stay in lane with Heimerdinger. Staying in lane with Heimerdinger is only costing Heimerdinger EXP. And it's only costing him, well, it's just really EXP. If Trist and Leona show back up, then you go back to Heimerdinger because he needs you to not die. Okay?
All right.
So you got to give him the ability to CS as far forward as you can and then leave him because laning phase over here is over. You're more useful everywhere else on the map. I'm gonna
I
fast
actually
forward.
did that in the game afterwards. I mentioned it too. I told him like, okay, you should have good enough ward coverage to where you'll see anyone coming for you. I'm gonna go.
Good.
But
Good.
that was the other game. So I have been thinking about that. I know you mentioned that the last time.
Good.
I know I made a mistake on this one.
That's fine. The whole point of this is I'm pointing out things. He is pushing way too hard here. You should tell him to slow down because he can't sustain this. If he pushes it, this is all the CS he gets. If he freezes it here, then yes, the rest of your map gets decimated, but he needs that in order to be relevant. Why did Kindred ult? Okay, you got her flash. Kindred. Kindred screwed you there.
I whiffed the hell out of that hook to throw Leona away.
Yeah, I would have hooked it a collie. Because if you could have hit her and put any damage on her, you probably could have ulted her to death and taken her out of the fight. And the whole point of doing anything to Leona is to prevent her from utilizing her CC to take one of you out of the fight. If you can kill their laner, then you win that fight. Before it even happens. You know, does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Like Leona does nothing by herself.
Best
So.
defense is a good offense.
In certain
Leona
situations, that is absolutely very true. Okay. So again, he should not be using his turrets right here. Because he doesn't want to push the wave. And those turrets are a crazy push device. He wants to slow this down and catch up in CS. You need to stop the hemorrhaging of towers. And yeah, oh my god. You need to get the fuck out of here. Okay. So the fact that Akali has that kind of bursting potential, that she can literally erase your Kindred, I guess that's why Kindred ulted, is that Akali is ridiculously fed. Okay. Your Q, I would be charging it right now. The reason I'm charging it right now is because once this minion dies, if you hit Leona, you're going to keep her under tower and slowed. If these two back off, then you can E, stun her under tower and walk out, and then if she gets low enough, you can ult her and then walk out. It's if these two back off. And a lot of time, hey, it's silver. They're probably going to back off because they don't want to get hit by a tower, right? You can force her into taking several hits.
I think I thought about that as well, if I remember this correctly, and I just didn't. Scared of the rest of the team. I did want to time it to where
Well, here's
there
what I'm
wouldn't be.
here's what I'm getting at. Your Q range is about that, right?
Fairly long.
If you are here, are you in a whole lot of like a whole lot of danger from these guys that are down here? Probably not. Probably not. It would take Leona getting on you and then Trist jumping in and then Akali making a play to go forward. That's going to be real difficult for them to want to do, particularly considering that Heimerdinger was like right here. Right? You'd actually be, if they go on you, you're actually setting Heimerdinger up for a double or triple kill. So that wouldn't be a bad deal. Jinsos, you need to stop throwing out your bombs so willy-nilly, man. That is your escape move. Don't go in there, Kindred. Don't go in there, Quinn. Quinn's probably dead. Did and Nasus quit?
Like 4 minutes.
God.
You see, he's level 4 right down
Yeah,
there.
I saw that. That's why I knew he quit. I'll tell you this though. That is one of the hardest hard counter matchups that exists in League of Legends, by the way. That could have been cleaner. Remember, you don't have to wait for the animations to complete.
Wait for animations to complete.
So you let the swing go all the way through, and then you Q afterward and try to kill it. You should not have done that. You should have let the animation go through to damage, skipped this portion of the animation, and then queued during this and hit it. You would have gotten the cannon.
Wait, I can queue during an auto?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tap Q. You don't charge it,
Yeah.
you tap it.
No, yeah.
But yes, you can cut short a ton of your animations like that.
Good
But
to know.
you also run the risk of canceling an auto attack.
And that's why I was careful because
like-
I thought the auto was going to get it.
Your auto, like, watch your auto attack. I'm going to slow it down again. Watch your auto attack. So, like, that, you see where, like, the thing crossed and then you see this number pop up? You could have already been midway through your Q animation right now and it would hit as this tower shot is hitting and you'd kill it. I have to be real specific here, so watch again. So you're going to swing and Q right now. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Kind of. The stream's a little delayed. Oh, on the pause.
see, like, this extra motion, like the tip of your sword going from here to here, you
The
Q right
action
now.
shot. You're swinging the baseball bat. You've hit the baseball. It's about 5 feet off your bat. You haven't
Yep.
finished the full swing.
You don't have, like, this is a video game. You don't have to finish the swing. You do something else immediately. And so that's your auto Q. And then you get this before this hits. Okay. We'll keep going. Oh, I'll turn up the speed again. Your CS under tower is ass, by the way.
Yeah, it's usually better. I'm tilted off the face of fucking earth right now.
I can understand that. Now, I would have W'd in there and tried to make a play. Because you know that they're coming. Quinn is coming and Kindred is coming. And with Kindred, even if you go in early and Kindred gets to you, you're not going to die. Kindred ult. There you go. Oh shit. Go in. Go in with the W. Go in with the W. Go over here. Go in with the W. Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay.
I flubbed that really bad too.
All right.
I was expecting the double back sooner.
Okay, so right after this, so you're gonna get this kill. This is after. Okay, so we've got this kill. Your team is all right here, right? This chick is that much damage. That's enough that you could do it yourself. Okay? That's an auto and ignite. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, if it's me, I'm using W to wedge in behind their team for two reasons. One, it lets me know what I'm going into and where the rest of their team is at. Two, my team is here. If I create an engagement and destroy her and she's just gone, my team can sweep through and kill Teemo.
Makes perfect sense. I just think I was scared to move around because of the fact that
Yeah.
4v5 and they have control of the jungle. Which is
Sure.
why I sit in the bush with a
But
sweeper.
you've got Flash, you've got Ignite, Olaf is dead, the rest of your team is here. Even if you create, even if you're still creating a 5v4 and you're about to make it a 3v5 because she's dead. Well, it's 4v4 because Nasus isn't there, but she's going to die. So this is a perfect, you have nothing to lose here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've still got your old charge and she is potentially dead. And the fact that she's just, oh god, that, did you aim at Teemo?
Yes. I was aiming at Teemo to double back because I thought he was going to double back. I do a lot of predictive things.
Yeah.
It,
I mean,
it works out, and then it doesn't.
I mean, I don't mind like predicting things, but it's like I think you could have completely taken the Akali. She can't see you, and she's there. She's in range. If you hit her, it'll pull her to here, and then you ult right there, and she is just dead. You see what I'm saying? Like if you hit Teemo, you create an engagement. If you hit a Kali, you get a pick and create an engagement. Because then your E will be up by the time you do all this. You're behind Teemo, and then you just E wherever he decides to run.
The other thing I was thinking is between Akali and Teemo, Teemo's the one I can reliably hit. Even though he has a lot more health, I was expecting the team to take care of the damage.
Do you think she can actually? I mean, if you hit her, she's dead, and she can't see you to dodge it. The first she's gonna see the hook is when it crusts right there. So I mean, I don't know. You'll just kill her. And you're not getting the most out of your move speed when you WN like that. So like you're Wing here to try to get like you W'd from like here to here, other way around, here to here, before you did all of this, right? Actually, you haven't even W'd yet. Now you W. W first. Because that will give you the move speed. Okay, so if you W right now, you're invisible. You have the move speed to get closer, and you're moving faster than he is. Then you can E to the other side of him. And then if he flashes, you can flash even further to guarantee the stun. Or do the same thing to her. But she's got all of her flippy doos and horse shit. She's probably not a real target at this point. Right? But if you did something and she moves in on you, you could E and then flash, and the E will come in and hit her, and then she is dead. You see what I'm saying? All right. I'm going to call the rest of this game done. I think we've gone long enough. It's been an hour. Do you have any questions for me?
It all makes so much sense when it's laid out for you. I guess the
Hold on one
what
second. My
I do-
dad's calling me. 1 second. All right. So I'm urinating now, but you have my attention again. What's going on?
everything you've laid out for me makes perfect sense, and there's nothing I disagree with. The question is how do I get used to processing this information as it unfolds before me in
Well, I mean,
this complex of a manner, but that fast?
okay, so as you recognize opportunities laid out, you start to think in the way that I am telling you to view these opportunities, right? And they become instinctual after you do them for a while. And then you're not even, like, when I'm looking at this, I'm not even thinking. I'm just like, oh, well, this dude's gonna die if I hit him with this. and then I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting there like intricately planning and like, you know, staring at the screen going, well, if I play 3D chess and they step here, then I will do this. And if they step there, I will do that. Like, it is purely reactionary, but it's training yourself to react quickly. And there's an element of pre planning to it that you should be thinking about before you go into these fights. And that's probably where you're falling short, right? So, like, for example, I'm just going to do a collie. She is probably not a target for you. The reason that she's probably not a target for you is because she's accumulated a little bit more health since last time we looked at her. She has the ability to do an insane amount of return damage, and she has like health regen off of her damage. So it's going to be very difficult for you, given her burstiness, not get 100 to zeroed. You'll have to CC her to not be 100 to zeroed, and then 2, to get her below a health threshold without her healing back over it, right? So you should be thinking this. So the only way you're going to kill her is if you get her below this bar and she has no opportunity to react. That was this a few seconds ago. Because if you hit the hook, she's below the bar, she's in midair, you can ult her before she even lands. She doesn't have the opportunity to react, and she is dead. Right?
Yeah.
And so you need to think, I don't need to target a collie unless we're going to fucking dogpile her. Because she's got so much burst, and we don't need to create a team fight unless I can kill a collie first. Because she will decimate the rest of our team if we pump cooldowns into somebody else. Right? Keep in mind, another thing that you're not really maximizing is mechanics. So like with Pyke, you can E and then ult, and you'll end up here, and your E will drag through. Right? Or you can do the same thing to a collie if you're super confident that you're going to catch her by surprise. But I wouldn't do that to a collie unless you have the damage to take her all the way down. Because you're not going to get the execute. So like, yeah, you need to be thinking like, what happens if I go in on this person? Right? What happens if you go in on Teemo? The rest of a collie kills the rest of your team. Because she's super fed. I don't even know what her KDA is, but I watched her burst Kindred. And so I know that she's super fed. And then yeah, that pretty much is what goes down. And so like the only way back into this game is you get picks. That's pretty much it, right? But there really isn't a way back into this game because of Nasus, right? But because of Nasus, you can't fight team fights because you're already starting every fight a man down. So you have to get picks. The only way you're going to do that's with vision and very, very selective targeting. Get him, turret! Get him! Oh! Brutal.
Yeah, that was kind of a sad.
That was a sad day. But yeah, it's over. I mean, this game's over. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, know what you have a general idea of what it is you want to do, but play the game on the edge of your seat and say like, if this happens, then I know I can do this, right? That's how you start to develop those instincts. Is you think to yourself, I'm going to do this in the event of this other thing, unless I have a reason not to.
The only time I remember actively doing that, and it wasn't even recently, it was maybe a week or two after the first situation, I ran into a Shen bot. I don't even remember who I was doing with, but I told them if Shen uses his dash, I'm going in because that's a very long cooldown and he doesn't have much.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he used his dash. I went in and we killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So I
we
mean,
both
you
dodged.
need to be thinking about that because like whenever we first started and I stopped the game and I said, hey, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna do this to you. They're stronger than you at their primary thing. But I'm thinking to myself, if Leona goes in and then the other, and then she jumps, then I'm going to stun across the both of them. Right? I know this. That's how I'm going to react to this. And then we can try to make a play out of it. It's probably already doomed, so we need to focus on poking rather than like hard engage shit. But if that happens, this is what I'm going to do to give him a chance to do the most damage he possibly can. That's it. Right? If you're thinking that way at all courses of the game, like how's this next fight going to break down if I do this, right? Then that will guide your ability to make those lightning calls, those quick instinct plays that I'm talking about. I'm not doing all this mental math in my head. And there are times, even when I'm coaching people, that I'm like, oh, you should have done this. And then, like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, no, that would have actually been a catastrophe. But that's also like when you do those plays and you make a mistake, you go back and you say, didn't account for the fact that I didn't know where this person was. My bad. I need to do that. I need to pretend like I know where they are. But like right now, your map is entirely dark. There are no wards hardly anywhere. Anything outside of your base is dark. You will never win this game without the ability to make a pick. You will never make a pick if people can walk literally to your doorstep unseen. Like this whole area is black. So, vision is always super important, particularly when you're behind, and also when you're ahead, and also when you're neither ahead or behind. It's just important all the time. Okay, did you get anything out of today's coaching session? I hope so.
Probably the better actions to take in this, like for waiting for Triss to jump, taking a little bit more to understand the entirety of the map, the combinations, if I haven't done it myself with a bot lane, to think about the combinations they could do. I know most of the, well, I shouldn't say most, but I know some of the meta combinations, like Jin Leona and other things of that nature. And Jin Leona is just the don't move lane.
Right. Well, I mean, like Trist Leona is exactly the same thing. It's if Leona hits anything, you die. That's all that lane is. And the problem is, if you throw anything onto Leona, Trist is going to jump in and kill your ADC. So you have to disrupt. Either you have to get on Trist before she can follow up, which is much easier with like a Thresh than it is a Pyke, because I can just stand in between them and flay her out of her jump. Right? Okay, that's fine. Or if I'm real good, I can hook her out of her jump, which is very fucking difficult to do. But yeah, I mean you don't really have those tools, so you have to be more reactive. But that's why Pyke is a bad matchup into Leona in my opinion, because you don't do what she can do as well, and she kind of stops what you can do. Even I mean, if you hook and pull back their ADC and stun them, she just goes straight in on your ADC and prevents follow-up damage and does a shit ton of burst. So it's a rough matchup anyway. So anyway, good luck, and if you want to do this again, let me know.
I'm sure I'll need it.
All right. Anytime, man.